go about playing the game? Because it feels like they don't have that much engage outside of the Wukong.
No, it definitely feels a little bit more like a counter-engage focused team comp. I guess in a sense you can say that it will be relatively short range with Junjia and Yubao needing to go flying into kind of the back line. And with the Renata ult, you can kind of shoot that over the top. It's a very telegraphed engage in a lot of ways from Yubao. If you see this claw coming in, you can then be ready to press your R, and as soon as she actually takes it, you finish that off. And then it kind of champion at 6, but maybe there's enough burst damage to finish her off through a full combo between Junjia and Yubao now.
Yep, and Junjia starting the Drake off, and this is, you know, in the previous game we were at 12 minutes and we saw the first Drake. This is more what we expected from PSG. They love a Drake.
I assume that's the entirety of their analysis of game 1, is their coach was just like, you should have got
Drake
Dragon earlier!
faster.
Definitely, even this time, despite the pressure that they kind of had in the bot lane, the fact that they got that...
To just do it through priority, figuring out when your opponent is going to reset. Woody channeling is in a light year here as he finds Heart with a hook, but the handshake turning it around, and Yudpon still full HP. This could be a disaster as Yudpon trying to chase for more, still has the flash available. Ghost channeled away as he's getting the damage onto Woody. Can they finish it? Yes, they... long.
I mean, everyone falls prone to it. I went, whoa! The whole crowd went, whoa, but we'll have to see if he can make it better use of the Blitzcrank here at the Rift Herald fight.
Junjia will walk away. Yubao moving over as well. You can see Adja moving over. And apologize to Adja if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I believe it is pronounced Adja, but, you know, my weak English tongue cannot maintain it. Woody knocked up here. He's going to be caught out, and with no flash available, you got to believe it's another pick for DFM. This is what we wanted to see. This is the pace we wanted.
Yeah, DFM being much more aggressive this time around, finding angles. We'll see if Toll's in trouble here, though he should be able to just hop over the wall to steal, maybe, if he's got it up.
Good look for a fight, honestly. Steel's just over the wall. The all-out comes out from Toll 2. Junjia not quite on the right side of the wall, forced to ult himself as Harp has moved on over as well. The knockback onto Adja. Oh, the hostile takeover doesn't quite connect, but Toll2 does not care about that one. Steel.
If they had that Herald.
Yeah. As speaking of DFM, they're going to look to stop the Dragon stacking from PSG. This could be their first Drake of the tournament. If they can just find that objective, but Junjia very much aware of the situation, has that Herald to try and push a lane with if he wants, but Woody's here charging into the play, wants to find a hook for himself. It's going to be a full-on 4v4 as Yubao enters the fray as well. Junjia, is he trying to go for a steal as the all-in comes out? That's a nice little Moonlight Vigil as well. Woody in the middle of everything, Steel low on HP. Dragon gets low, but Steel grabs it. No, in fact, it was Yudapon to finish the job. Gets a kill for himself as well. Looking for more as he dives over the wall. Wacko flashed on. And now Adja in a 1v1 with Azeri. I don't think he can win that one. It's a double for Yudapon.
On this far side of the play, though, Steel and Arya got dropped. I believe it was Yubao picking one of those up. We'll see now the teleport out.
The chicken's trying to punish just to escape, but now PSG answer by trying to make a play on the bottom side for plates. One plate taken already by Wacko just then. The Herald hand shook away. Can they actually deny this one? Steel's moving over, has the smite available. They've got to hit the eye with an auto. It's not going to happen. So the plates will go across to PSG, but it's only 2.
Definitely not the... This is what I was talking about. PSG, knowing that those 2 critical teamfight ultimates are down, are probably going to be able to grab this one uncontested by DFM.
Yeah, not the most impactful Soul. Obviously, there's been a lot of conversation about that across the course of this year. The Chemtech Soul being one of the least favorites of them, but can still be very, very valuable, especially when you're later on in those team fights, especially when you're running with a tank Gragas up in the top side.
Yeah, definitely the case. I was a big Zombie Soul fan. No, I was not.
Surely not.
Absolutely not. But I will say for PSG, it does feel really good to, like we said, find these kind of footholds in a game where you are losing. The fact that DFM blew all those resources. While it didn't work out, I do like the aggressiveness. I wouldn't want DFM's takeaway from that play to be like, oh, we should have held those cooldowns for the neutral objective fight. It's like, no, you should have just executed slightly better, find that kill, because I do want... Oh, boy.
Feels like we're posturing for a fight here, Mark.
Yes, sir. You can see Aja coming in the backside, wants to get an ult and knock people into the turret.
This could be massive if he can find Yudapon. Steel flashes away. Yudapon knocked up, knocked back. The rest of the team can't follow up though, because Toll 2 making him pay the toll on the backside of the play. Woody next to go down as Arya gets the reset, and suddenly PSG are torn asunder.
PSG tried to make that play happen. We all saw it coming, but they did not coordinate it quite well enough, and DFM were able to absorb that pressure, turn that fight around, find 3 kills, mid lane turret with the Rift Herald down, and at perfect timing, the Baron spawns at the very end of that fight. DFM are going to try and force this one down. We'll see if PSG can stop it.
They don't want to let it go for free. Aja in the area. Yubao moving towards the bottom side, actually. I don't think there's a contest here at all. This is Baron, taken by DFM, showing up in game 2.
That's where sometimes people tunnel on what it can prevent without realizing what's up.
Cyclone comes in, Arya over the wall as well. Aja just caught in the middle of everyone, tries to escape and almost does, but taken down in the end. And DFM continue to push forwards. Baron in pocket, 5 members strong in the mid lane. It's Toll 2, might have gone too deep for this one. They've run out of minions as well. He's knocked up, he's under the tower, but the all out pulls him out to safety and flips the play on its head. DFM are looking good.
Hell of a game 2 by Toll 2 here, already 2-0-4. Nice CS lead for himself, baiting the rest of PSG in, finding that kill, not able to grab the inhibitor turret on the tail end of it, but falling back to Dragon, grabbing their second of the game, and a much larger gold lead, up to 8,000, a nice 3,500 gold Baron buff power play.
And again, like you say,
in control, and because you're the best team in your region, you kind of default win your lanes, and people don't play you quite normally, and you're able to kind of scale. And DFM, I think, respected PSG a little bit too much in game 1, and in game 2, forcing a lot more often.
TV coming out from DFM here as they want to try and find the fight, and they might have just found it as well. Wako taken down by Arya, who finds the backline and finds those charms, finds the resets, finds everything for DFM.
DFM punish and collapse so quickly. This is one of the things that they are incredible at, is the angles of playmaking. They can come from all over the map. The teleport coming in there from Arya, finding Wako on the backside of that fight, able to finish him off, does give them the path to grab this mid lane inhibitor turret. We'll see how far they want to go here.
Oh, a knockback as well. This could be the snowball. A pick onto Yubao as the tower is taken down. Yubao with the double Zonias keeps himself alive for a little bit longer. Not long enough as he's taken down. It won't be the end of the game, but it will be a mid lane in hit.
Available. We'll see how aggressive DFM wants to get. There's a situation where if they're not careful, start a risky Baron, Flaps comes in, you get blown up. Could be a dicey situation, but they're so far ahead, playing so confident right now.
Oh, Toll 2 behind enemy lines here. Junja having to ult out of the play. Toll 2 wanting to find some knockups, but knocked back himself. The Everfrost, the cast from Aja, and a great disengage from PSG.
Oh, a little bit gun-shy, I think, by Toll 2 there. It was a very nice play by Steel to kind of force the entirety of PSG into that mid lane. You saw Jinjia have to ult over the wall, and I thought for sure this is where Toll 2 is just going to ult someone right back to the rest of the team. But instead kind of slow played that fight, gave PSG the window to get out. Now that's a lot of ultimates down for the side of DFM.
We got a pincer play coming through. DFM ready. The Berserk actually keeps him walking away. Aja locked up in the team, flashes out to safety. Toll 2 locked up as Wako is firing away, flashes into the play, and the follow-up's there from PSG. Aja now denying Toll 2, knocks him up and takes him out as Junja getting resets in the backside of the play. And PSG, against all odds, find their mark.
PSG absorbed the engage by DFM, kited out, and Wako sees his moment to flash in with a monstrous Aphelios ultimate there, finishing off multiple members of DFM and buying PSG their foothold back into this game. Gonna grab a Baron on the tail end of that fight.
Look, PSG say you can take one Mountain Drake, you can take a Chemtech.
Ultimates for DFM here, only costing Jinjia, who of course, if he can find a kill, can just grab that one right back up.
All out being on cooldown could be an issue as Toll 2 keeps himself safe for the time being. Dragon started, and we might just have a 50-50 on our hands. Steel,
yeah, we're going to flip it.
He's going to need to live up to his name here. The Everfrosts come on through, but it's a fight instead as Toll 2 is on the backside. But Wako just shredding through his health bar instead. It's a good charm from Arya, but it's not good enough. So we do find the kill onto Toll 2, and now we reset back onto Drake once more. Steel in the pit here. Junja turns gold, and Steel has to try and make the magic happen, but the smite's there for Junja. It's Soul as Wako charging into the backside. He's got a million shurikens and a dream of a victory as Arya falls. Looking for more onto Steel and Harp. They flee for their lives as another goes to Wako. And PSG, you can just never count them out.
We said we saw it coming. PSG there find the monstrous Soul Point fight, able to absorb the initial engage by DFM there, and then Wako on the back end of that fight, just obliterating Toll 2 and then charging into the front side of it with so many chakrams stacked up.
And I feel like we've been talking about this slow, steady gameplay from PSG in general. I feel like that fight was a slow, steady fight. They read the situation, they understood what DFM needed to do, and it's more. Beautiful grouping up with his team as Aja still in the mid lane right now. To get over to his squad if he wants to be a part of this 5v5. Toll 2 being that bruiser on the front side. Toll 2 goes in, looks for the fight actually here as he goes for the all-out onto Junja. It's not really worked out for them, but Yubao uses his own ultimate to deny that engage, so kind of a trade of ultimates here. Yubao threatening the all-in, but doesn't commit. Junja as well, consistently poking. This feels tense, Mark.
Yeah, very tense. Tol2's ultimate being down means he has to go back to base. Will have the ultimate, or excuse me, the teleport to rejoin once he tops his health back up, but that means another team fight in a row where he has not been able to find a critical member of the team. Fortunately, the rest of the ultimate's still available for the side of DFM.
Pressure is on here, and it feels like PSG are in the driver's seat. DFM are trying to answer as Tol2 just jumps into the middle of everyone. Wako still untouched, and Tol2's almost down, but the Cyclone does manage to get onto the team. It's a GA out from Steel, but Wako's still alive, taken down on the backside. Arya trying to keep himself alive. The Cyclone causing chaos. Unicorn's still going as Arja tries to shut him down, but it feels like DFM slowly winning the battle of attrition. Junja wants the resets, but denied as Tol2 will fall. It's absolute carnage on the Rift, but it's DFM that are the kings of chaos. It's DFM that come out on top.
DFM win the fight 3-5 right now. Gonna miss the charm. Should find this kill into Aji in a second here. The question is, are they able to end? 30 seconds before Wako and Woody are back alive. Doesn't look like that's going to be on the table. We'll see if they just grab this soul point and then reset for Baron. Crazy, crazy fight there as DFM all in onto Wako, knowing they had to finish him off and just barely landed the last auto attack by Udapon, I think it was, that found that kill.
Absolute no time for team fighting. Elder is in play for DFM. This is bold from PSG to try and go for the Baron. Junja actually also over the wall to take the objective. Arya is off on the side in the meantime in a 1v3. The Elder burn, and Woody's taken out of the picture. What a play from Arya.
Very heads-up play by Arya there, knowing the rest of the team can't get in time to contest the Baron. Instead, waits on the exit path to try and land a kill onto someone. Did miss the charm on Wako, but Woody was low enough that he had enough damage to finish him off. And now it's a 4v5 charge up the mid lane.
Who cares about Baron when you've got a man advantage in a minute and a half on Elder Dragon? This is everything DFM needed to keep themselves in the series. After a heartbreaker of a mid-game, after a monumental early game, perhaps this is enough for them to take PSG out and push us to game number 3. Junja on the front line will be taken down. Big damage coming across the team as Wako wide on his ultimate, but the Gale Force is there. Steel will fall. It's 1-for-1 between the teams, and Wako wants a little bit more.
Wako wants a little bit more. They do find the kill onto Steel. They did end up dropping him there, so now it's a 4v3. Both junglers down. Woody back alive. This is getting very scary for DFM.
Man, Wako is a living turret. DFM can't even go close to the guy without getting shredded. Arya ults over the wall. Wako trying to clear the wave as fast as possible, but it's Woody caught out again as Tol2 dives under the tower, answers with his own life, and again, 1-for-1. He can two-shot his team if he's got Infernum on. Like, this is dangerous territory. Keep your eyes on what Harp's bringing to the table. He's rooked by Yubao, though, to start this fight off, and already Yubao using his ultimate. Junja has to just abandon his mid laner. They're trying to trade for Tol2, but in the meantime, Yubao's going to go down. DFM starts strong, but Tol2 does go down, and now the follow-up from Wako as well. The Moonlight Vigil onto Harp, but they don't have the damage to finish the kills off. Charm goes wide, and PSG try and make a play for the mid lane.
Top for mid, both AD carries alive right now. Tol2 buying space for his team, overextended a little bit, and Harp again not quite able to land a huge hostile takeover. Tagged some members of PSG on the back end, but not the Aphelios. The hook lands!
It's the real one this time, a huge hook from Woody. Steel, half HP, has the GA to work with. The cask not enough. The shield
Ignite
saves the play, and Steel somehow gets away with the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, but he doesn't have enough time to go back to base to heal, so he's trying to lifesteal a little bit off these jungle camps before, because the Elder Dragon has respawned.
Half health on the Elder already. They do this so fast with red and white weapons for Wako. Junja needs to find his smite. Steel could live up to his name here as Archer over the wall. Steel found alone. The clone goes down. The knockup is there. GA procced. This could be it for PSG as Steel found wanting and taken down. Arya next to try and save his jungler, but Wako flashes after him. The Calibrum not quite there to finish the job, but Udapon left alone. And suddenly, nowhere to go. Udapon will go down, and PSG take their Elder as their reward.
PSG, in the tensest of moments, finding ways to play these fights out. Steel not having time to heal after a monster hook by Woody forced him low. That was the impetus for that whole situation. And now, with the Elder on, looks like they're going to try and end. Easy cleanse there by Wako.
All comes across the team, but it's not enough. Yubao charging forwards. And with Elder, you've got to believe that this is it, unless some kind of miracle can save DFM. as the PCS show up to MSI once again with great expectations and a great reality. PSG go 2-0 in their first game. They wipe DFM despite a tough early game.